What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and we are here for the match preview of the upcoming game this weekend between Borussia Dortmund and Union Berlin. If you guys are excited, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, join our beautiful growing community, and let's get into the video now. Alright guys, Borussia Dortmund's focus now goes back to the Bundesliga after picking up a relatively impressive win at the Champions League midweek here. 2-1 win. Can't really complain going to a tough place like Besiktas, but we need to get the focus back. We need to keep challenging for the league. We're doing decent right now. We're taking on a pretty tough competition in Union Berlin. So like we always do on this channel, we're going to take a look at the history between the teams. And in the last 5 matches between Borussia Dortmund and Union Berlin, Dortmund has won 3 and lost 2. And it's interesting enough to know that all 3 of the wins that Dortmund had have been at home, and the 2 losses Dortmund have been away. So likely it shows that Dortmund should be the favorites. I mean, given that it's Dortmund and we are home, which is going to potentially play a heavy factor on this matchup. Looking at our recent form, though, taking a look at the 2 teams, taking a look at Dortmund, we have 3 wins and 2 losses in our last 5, while Union Berlin, at time of recording, have 2 wins, 3 draws, and 0 losses, but they are currently losing their UEFA Conference League match, so they may have a loss in that, and they also picked up a red, so it's not looking good for them. But regardless, both teams are in decent form, relatively even going into it, and the draws show how tough Union Berlin can do, especially because they're not an easy team to break down, especially playing in that 3-5-2 system, which is what I'm expecting to see out of them today. But we're going to take a look over at Borussia Dortmund's starting lineup and kind of seeing how I predict them to line up. And I'm going to go with the 4-3-2-1 or 4-3-3, however you want to look at it. It's going to be potentially the Christmas tree or just a flat 4-3-3. And I see this formation lining up like this. In goal, Gregor Kobel, who has been absolutely fantastic for us. And I think that hopefully he will be a big part of the reason that we are able to steal points this season, which is something that we haven't really had in the past. At right back, and I haven't praised him enough, it's Thomas Meunier. In our 5 takeaways in the last few weeks, he's been putting in good performances, guys. He's been turning a lot of heads of a lot of Dortmund fans who've been pretty judgmental on him, just given his first season wasn't that successful. But he is really coming into his own right now, and I really, really hope he can keep these performances up because it's desperately, desperately needed for us, especially at that position. The 2 center backs, it's going to be Akanji, and it looks like Hummels will be good to go to start this match. Left back Guerrero. The 3 midfielders, we're going to see Witzel going up as that CDM, the 6th position, with De Hood and Bellingham playing as the dual 8s. And then whether you want to see them out wide or tucked in, I'm going to go with Malen and Royce. Unfortunately for Brandt, it looks like he picked up a muscle injury and he probably won't be good to go for the start, which gives Malen another opportunity to keep running in on goal. It's interesting to see that he likes to tend to start out on a wider position, so it'd be interesting. I'm curious to see if Royce will indeed take that wide right position, allowing Malen to take the left and Holland through the middle, or if they'll play a little tucked under him, because it kind of almost looked like Royce will play that cam-ish role, Malen way out on the left, no one really on the right except for Jude and Meunier when they are able to pinch up the field, and then leaving Holland through the middle. But it will be very interesting to see what we do indeed do, but that is how I expect us to line up in our Christmas tree or 4-3-3 formation. I really don't want to see the 4-1-2-1-2, but that could easily be the system as well, because a 3-5-2 in Union Berlin is not a hard formation to deal with. I mean, it is in terms of them coming at you. I mean, they're not going to probably create a lot of chances against Dortmund, but in terms of defending well, defending organized, it can be a tricky formation to break down. And I think having that extra man in the midfield, going for that 3-man midfield and try to get a little bit of width in this formation would be a good way to counteract it, because their wing backs will be bombing up and down the pitch, and that's where a lot of their chances will come from. But now we're going to take a look at one of my favorite things to do here, and that is the key matchup. 2 players I take from each team that I think could have a real impact on the game, helping their team get to the 3 points. And the first matchup we're going to take a look at is Marvin Friedrich of Union Berlin at the outside right center back position. I'm going to line him up against Daniel Malen. Now, Friedrich's been a real revelation since going to Union Berlin and putting in some pretty steady performances, and he's going to be playing on the outside right center back role. So considering Malen has been drifting out wide as a left winger type of role in the last few games, I'm going to think it's going to be a good matchup to put them in, because one, Daniel Malen needs to break that duck. He needs to score. We're all waiting for him to score, and this could be a good opportunity for him to do it at home, taking on a team like Union Berlin where chances should come from. And if you're going to partner up with someone besides the wingback, it's going to be that outside right center back and Friedrich. So I think those two will be an interesting battle to see if they can shut down one another and who exactly is going to get the better, because hopefully it's going to be Malen with a goal, and he'll be a big man to be able to stop him. And if Mullen's going to have a quiet night. Frieda's going to have a big role of that. The other key matchup I'm going to take a look at is Rani Khedira from Union Berlin in the heart of their three-man midfield against Jude Bellingham. And I matched these guys up together as just an old-fashioned midfield brawl. Really is what it is, because Rani Khedira is going to be, again, a heart of that midfield to try to stop and shut down the forward pressing plays from Jude Bellingham. And Jude Bellingham has been a real... I mean, I don't know how to praise him. I don't even know the words to use of what Bellingham has meant to this team, not only in the defensive side of things, but of course in the offensive, seeing him get goals, get assists, always bombing up down the pitch. He's the engine that could. And the way to stop this engine is going to be Rani Khedira. He's going to have to keep an eye on Bellingham, because he's just hitting that form right now, that special kind of form that you really like to see. And I think hopefully he can keep this performance up again. And if Bellingham can do it and get in the final third, he'll be able to pick out the passes that we need to hopefully find Haaland, to find Mullen, even Royce, and he's just becoming that player that is almost undroppable at the moment. So Rani Khedira is definitely going to have his hands full with Jude Bellingham in this upcoming match. We will be doing a watch along on it, of course. It is Sunday, so hopefully a lot of you guys will be able to make that come on out and hopefully see Dortmund get back on track, because Dortmund right now are sitting with 3 wins and 1 loss, 9 points from a possible 12, while Union Berlin is 1 win, 3 draws, and 0 losses. So I have not lost yet, had some stubborn performances, sitting on 6 points out of a possible 12. So this is a pretty good opportunity for Dortmund to get another 3 big points, especially at home, and Union's going to do everything they can to try to stop that. So for my final prediction for the score, to be fair, I did call a 4-3 win for Dortmund over Leverkusen, and back-to-back I called a 2-1 win for Dortmund against Besiktas. So I'm not going to say I'm on fire, but I mean, come on, it's pretty good. So let's see if we can go 3 for 3 in a row. I'm going to say 2-0 for Dortmund. I'm going to actually, my first time hopefully predicting a clean sheet. I think it's time that it needs to happen. It's going to be tricky against Union Berlin, but we have done it in the past. That was a last scoreline we had against them. I'm going to stick with it. 2-0 Dortmund. Mullen gets on the score sheet. I'm calling it right now, guys. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of the final score prediction. If you agree with mine, if you think that we have a possibility of keeping a clean sheet, because that's something that we absolutely have to finish. The goal that Besiktas scored late in was just a kick in the groin. It really was. So hopefully we can find a way to keep a clean sheet, get some confidence going in the back and the defensive part of things. And I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. So put your predictions down below. Let me know if you agree with my starting 11 and all that fun stuff. I'll be sure to read the comments and engage with you guys as well. And one last time, if you did enjoy this preview, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers, friends.